This is Encouragement, bite-sized stories to refresh your soul. Here's Jim Smith with a little encouragement.
A wealthy man and his son loved to collect rare works of art. They had masterpieces in their collection, from Picasso to Raphael. They'd often sit together and admire the great works of art. Well, when the Vietnam War broke out, the son volunteered to fight, and he died in battle while saving another soldier. The father grieved deeply for his only son. About a month later, there was a knock at the door. A young man stood there with a large package in his hands and said to the father, "Sir, you don't know me, but I'm the man that your son died saving. He saved many lives that day, and he was carrying me to safety when a bullet struck him in the heart, and he died instantly. He often talked about you, sir, and about your love for art." The young man held out the package and said, "I know this isn't much. I'm not really a great artist, but I think your son would have wanted you to have this." The father opened the package. It was a portrait of his son, painted by the young man. He stared in awe at the way this young man, this soldier, had captured the personality of his son in the painting. In fact, the father was so drawn to the eyes that his own eyes welled up with tears. He thanked the young man and offered to pay him for the picture. The young man said, "Oh, no, sir, I could never repay what your son did for me. This is a gift." The father hung that portrait over his mantle. Every time visitors came to his home, he took them to see the portrait of his son before he showed them any of the other great works of art that he'd collected. The man died a short while later, and there was to be a great auction of his paintings. Many influential people gathered, all of them excited about seeing the great paintings and having an opportunity to purchase one for their own collection. On the platform sat the painting of the son. The auctioneer pounded his gavel and said, "We'll start the bidding with this picture of the son. Who will bid for this picture?" There was silence, and then a voice in the back of the room shouted out, "We want to see the famous painting. Skip this one." But the auctioneer persisted. He said, "Will someone bid for this painting? Who will start the bidding? $100? Do I hear 200? Another voice shouted angrily, "We didn't come to see this painting. We came to see the Van Goghs and the Rembrandts. Get on with the real bids." But still the auctioneer continued, "No, the son. Who will take the son?" Finally, a voice came from the back of the room. It was the longtime gardener of the man and his son. He said, "I'll give $10 for the painting." He was a poor man, and it was all he could afford. Auctioneer said, "We have $10. Who will bid 20? Give it to him for $10. Let's see the masters." $10 is the bid. Won't someone bid 20? The crowd was getting angry. They didn't want the picture of the son. They wanted the more worthy investments for their collections. So the auctioneer pounded the gavel, going once, twice, sold for $10. Then a man sitting on the second row shouted, "All right, now let's get on with the collection." The auctioneer laid down his gavel and said, "I'm sorry, this auction is over." "What? What about the paintings?" The auctioneer said, "I'm sorry. When I was called to conduct this auction, I was told of a secret stipulation in the will. I was not allowed to reveal that stipulation until now. Only the painting of the son would be auctioned, and whoever bought that painting would inherit the entire estate, including all the other paintings. The man who took the son gets everything." God gave his son 2,000 years ago to die on a cross, and much like that auctioneer, his message today is the son. Who will take the son? Because you see, whoever takes the son gets everything.
Thank you for listening to Encouragement. If you've been refreshed, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share a little encouragement with someone you love. Encouragement is a podcast from Family Radio. These stories are just a taste of the stories you can hear every day. Listen at familyradio.org or find more encouragement on the Family Radio app.